Welcome everyone, welcome to Samus TV and welcome to EU Cast. I know, I am just as surprised to see you as you are to see me. But it's not just me, it's obviously in the title itself, Samus TV. Samus is doing all of our lovely production. Samus will also be doing our coverage of RGL.GG's Sixers Season 15. We've been doing some casts here and there, in and out, guests sometimes appearing with us as well. This time it's going to be a solo YOLO affair, no Froyo sadly, as it's going to be a GlobalClan versus Witness Gaming. It's Invite Week 5A. Now, I have been told on good authority by the only other person in this sort of room that this game has been covered, strangely enough. It's a pretty hype game, GlobalClan versus Witness Gaming. These two teams are going to LAN, and I think it would be a crime that needs to be fixed immediately if this game goes uncovered. So if you've managed to find us hiding behind the rock, going live almost immediately upon announcement, you are going to be rewarded, my friend, as we're going to go belly into the beast and we're going to see who is the better team, at least in this week 5 game, GlobalClan or Witness Gaming. Now, the map is Metalworks, and obviously me and Samus had a bit of insomnia, and we thought, what better way to put us to sleep than some NA Metalworks? Oh, but I kid. All right. Now, obviously, this is a recorded game before. This is not live, so as much as you want to stop, DDoSing and throwing, virtual poos at all these players, it's not going to work. So, I'm just going to save you time now. That does mean we're going to do a good old-fashioned countdown between caster and producer. So hopefully count with me, Twitch chat. 3, 2, 1, and go. All right. Metalworks. Now, this isn't going to be a solo cast, so I'm not going to be talking all the time, but, I'm going to just point out what little bits and stuff, but who knows, things might get exciting. What I do notice is this is a different version of Metalworks already. Different little ramps and stairways already jumping in. Laz getting bold and effective and straight off the bat. Not even a high jump, just kind of like a good welcome starting jump to start off things. Paul Dog was also doing something similar, but reaches back for the health kit. The health kit has been taken though, so his recommittal into the fight is a bit, well, non-existent, as he has to just wait so long out on the outskirts before he can kind of commit back in with his team. And sadly, that does mean GlobalClan has to kind of lose out on this mid, as there's just not everybody in the fray there to kind of help out in that sort of push across against Witness Gaming. But Witness Gaming showing a lot of punishment. Paul Dog playing a bit of a hide and go seek, and sadly he will be seeked as he has been snuffed out by Witness Gaming. And yeah, it's looking like a tidy affair so far. No Uber charge ready for last. It is a 100% Uber advantage. Let's see what they got cooking to deal with this. They got a sniper in the shape of Shamu and a sentry gun. Pretty cookie cutter. With Ubering in, straight in onto nobody really. We've got the sentry gun will be cleaned up. The soldiers come out to do the initial block of the scouts off the point, and the soldiers are actually doing a wonderful job of kind of flipping and rotating around and actually getting the damage out for all these scouts to play off after they come off of these little sort of utility classes. And they're on the chase. A quick bauble to the face to remind us all that this is NA. This is NA unlocks as well, so I need to prepare for any sort of shenanigans. We used to call them EU gimmicks, but times have changed. Laz going aggressive, but as we know, that medic on the shutter door is basically like a super bunker. You can just close the door and just leave that soldier kind of pissing out in the wind. So with 100% Uber charge on GlobalClan, they do have some sort of fold to maybe make this push out, but it feels risky. Obviously, you could have backcaps happening and you don't have all your troops ready. It looks like over on GlobalClan you did lose a couple of lost souls, so they just decided to play it safe. They just go back to last. You do have some form of round resets. It's a bit quicker here in NA than it is in EU by 1 full minute, so this is more than an effective strategy for this to kind of come out. Luffy is going to get a pick onto skis. That is, that's monumental, actually. Holy Jesus, how the hell does that even happen? As I mean, I'm just as shocked as you guys. I think usually when you see a soldier kind of push out the last connecting onto second is usually one of the most concrete holds or easier holds you can do. So the fact that they pulled off not just a pick on a regular player, but then a pick on the skis is kind of mind-boggling to me. I'm just not a believer, clearly. Alright, so what does this lead to us? GlobalClan has a full Uber advantage. Obviously, they don't want to use the Uber straight away, but I know you Americans, you do love an Uber going into mid, despite it being calling so or not. But they're actually playing greedy with it this time, and I'm... the sad thing about this, though, is the flank was left a little bit bare, a little bit weak, and once the flank is compromised, it kind of lays curtains to this push out. But fortunately, it does mean that they didn't use the Uber charge over on Global. Okay, well, I spoke too soon. As Laz jumps in, forces out the Uber charge, and just by the positioning alone, they can't really do anything with that Uber, so they're going to have to back out here. It could be better, but it could be worse, honestly, in GlobalClan. Alright, Witness Gaming. With a name like Artis, I expect some absolute artistry. Uber coming out, level 1 sentry gun cleaned up quickly. Poor Dog already out on the flank, seeing if he can disrupt these players coming in from other doorways. A lot of cap time though. They think they could just brute force it over on Witness Gaming, but it is a facade against poor Witness Gaming. It's just too tantalizing. You know, when you just see that much cap time, you just think like, oh, if I just like weasel it out. But I think they had more than enough tools there over on Witness Gaming to just do things regular. They didn't have to kind of splurge all their players and put them all on risk as well. And the problem with these sort of conceding, like, oh, if I just weasel out these points, is everybody wants to weasel at the same time. They all fall to the same temptations, and it makes it easy for GlobalClan. Artist will get, it looks like, a trap kill onto Sin Karma. So again, another push called curtains for GlobalClan. It seems like the big problem for GlobalClan against Witness Gaming isn't really like their initial push out or the differences in skills and defense. It's more like these transitions and what happens with the flank. I feel like Witness Gaming are very talented at just kind of going for these sort of plan Bs, making these aggressions out of, you know, nothing called these defenses. Anyway, whilst I'm charming off all of these good and bad points of Witness Gaming, they have actually forced out an Uber, killed off a majority of these teams in this alleyway as well, and Skis didn't even have to use his Uber during all of that. Okay, so 100% Uber charge. They are a little bit weak with Ash going down, so they may be trying to push the issue and see if what they can fish out here over on GlobalClan. A bit risky though, as you kind of need all hands on deck when it comes to the last defense. They've got a level 1 sentry gun being built, but they're not going to dedicate an engineer to actually building it quickly. They're already switching off. The sentry gun doesn't really do much of anything. They focus the easiest target, that's Luffy, on the flank. And this Ubercharge hasn't really done much of anything at all. They finally get enough people positioned to kill off that heavy weapons guy. And it just kind of made me wonder, where were the rest of these players? What were they doing, and what, you know, were they contributing to the fight? It felt like the Uber really wasn't spent on anything past getting a few players into the fight and killing one roaming soldier. I mean, and that heavy weapons guy wasn't really in a good position to like damage things. I think it just meant you needed a lot more proactive people in GlobalClan. Maybe everyone was just kind of sat back a bit, really didn't want to play the dying game, when really kind of need to make space for these scouts and heavy weapons guys to do their thing. Laz goes for a quick rollout, see if he can get the easy win mid by killing the demo man. Does not work out, and with a 5 versus 6, that's an easy math game for Witness Gaming. They're just going to back out completely. They're not hanging about though over on GlobalClan. They're fishing with Poor Dog. Not a non-committal jump though, just to kind of keep them nervous. And they have got one player. Oh, I was going to say one player sort of advantage in all this, but Brand Slam actually brings off an equalising point to that. Still fishing for it though. Laz again, nobody committing. Shamu is the most committal one, but he's perfectly healthy and actually baits in Brand Slam to go down. Dank, a very nice surf, and that's going to bait a lot of aggression away from the rest of his teammates to kind of come in and just take control of the second point. They've successfully pushed them out. Even got a bonus pick onto Laz as well. 3 players, full Uber charge, Sticky's on point, Scout's on point. What more is there left to do? And yeah, they just get the time leveled off with that last little scout there. It was just too much bleeding from Witness Gaming. Did not like the long downfall stare. I think once you just kind of lose that initial player, kind of trying to turn the tide there, it's usually the biggest downfall, I would say, for a lot of these last points. Artis meeting some early aggression, has to go get the pack. And a lot of ground gained by GlobalClan. They don't really need to pressure them out here that much. They can just kind of play the high ground from this point. But Ash comes in from the flank when they're at their weakest, and GlobalClan now brought down very weak. Laz brought down low, but just enough aggression to kind of allow him to rotate back. Now, good news, they managed to get skis enduring all this aggression. This is why they probably saw GlobalClan reset their sort of positions, go back defense, realizing that they just need to keep Dank alive, and from there we can kind of take the fight, take the heals. Credit to Witness Gaming though, making something out of nothing. There were obviously points where they had some combat classes up against them, you know, buffs as well, but the dynamic duo of Ash and Laz actually finding some kills there that's going to stem some bleeding. Ash, maybe caught in no man's land, needs some help from his teammates. That's a greedy demo man coming out from GlobalClan. They pop off the Uber just to set some solidity to all of this aggression. You know, just calm things down, make sure nobody else is just feeding. But they just absorb it over on with this game, and there's no threat. And then Loaf tries to come in with a sneaky sort of game sense attack. Poor Dog going pie high in the sky. Can't quite find the skis kill, however. Crossbow even coming out to find the skis kill. He's going to go back for a pack. Yes, we are still in NA. That is an NA on lock. The mighty lock and load. A feared weapon in the EU. Strikes fear every time I see it. Alright, Witness Gaming. They've got an Uber charge. In theory, they shouldn't even have to use the Uber charge. The threat of this alone should be enough to kind of push out GlobalClan. They might give up one player to maybe make some sort of force happen here. They look like they're just opting for spam, so not even giving up that one player over on GlobalClan. Which is wise. I'd say you either have to kind of spend that player early, or not spend that player at all. No sentry gun for GlobalClan. They feel like they've got no time here. The scouts are actually hanging about, ready for the push in. They've got an Uber charge though, so this should be a guaranteed defense, and actually they didn't even pop in over on Witness Gaming. They do lose 2, however, so this is definitely the time to strike if you're on GlobalClan. But it's a scary one, because it makes you think, oh man, we could get back capped. It's so much simpler to just go back to last and set up for a, you know, against an Uber ad, and they concede, they do the deal with the devil, when really I think they should have just taken advantage of those 3 players being down on Witness Gaming. You know, at least throw in 1 player. I don't think any harm would have came in from that, just for fishing. But no, I think they feel maybe confident in their anti-Uber strat. So they Uber in. The sentry gun's on the other side, however, but it's fine. It's a lock and load gameplay, and that's going to clean up quickly. A lot of, not really a lot of pressure starting off. The GlobalClan soldiers really on top of things, and now they're just trying to hold the line. Very nice rockets coming out from Loafy. Or how on earth aren't you saying that name? I have no clue, but still, that man is doing work. He is good bread. Very much needed as well. It looked like in kind of the Mexican standoff sort of style of gameplay. It was maybe would have gone to Witness Gaming if it weren't for those critical rockets. So again, a very familiar sight. We've got GlobalClan with 100% Uber charge, looking to push into mid. They want to get greedy with it, as does anybody. But this flank, though, has been absolute. Oh my god, it's an Uber pop straight into mid. They've been tired of my sort of stance on these things, and instead they're just going to go aggressive, see what sort of easy kills they can farm, muster, and, you know, surprise with. And I mean, to give them credit, this is a much more of a surprise than any of the other sorts of NA Ubers that have been coming out. They've been constant, and every single time a mid transition happened, it was just Uber into mid, Uber into mid, Uber into mid. So I'm liking this better already, at least. So, Witness's Gaming's turn now to click the button, and this time a much more... well, meals on wheels. Oh my god, Skis is even giving them dessert. Oh no. I mean, surely you have access to the technology. You can see your Demoman's dead. Your Demoman's probably telling you he's dead. And you have the HUD telling you the Demoman is dead. There's a scoreboard telling you the Demoman's dead. But Skis still went to the ghost of poor Artist and expected to find him. I mean, the only hope they have is like both Demomen have just lost their brain cells for about a hot 2 minutes. And they've gone down as well. 100% Uber charge and your Demoman is down. Why greed? So this is awkward. You have more of an advantage. Do you go without your Demoman or do you wait? I think you probably wait. But I wouldn't blame GlobalClan if they wanted to get in a bit early, just get that guy turning up a little bit later in the fight. But this allows more time as well for Witness Gaming to get set up. They've got that level 2, they've got that Pyro, which they're using to just kind of keep the Sentry Gun alive. But I don't think the Sentry Gun's going to commit too much, honestly. It does allow enough time for Witness Gaming to get their Uber charge, though, and this just leads back to the Sin Karma kill all over again. All these pointless little delays from all these silly little chases. So, for their trouble, Witness Gaming going to pick up a second. GlobalClan, they're on the back foot. At least it feels like it. They're rocking a sniper, even though they have got a bit of Uber advantage, but I guess they wanted to go with something more proactive in this stalemate time. Obviously, there's a sniper on the board. I have to desperately click around to see Pabwo's point of view. Because I just know if I look away, he will get all the snipes. As much as I'd like to talk the big picture, I'm looking at the big picture through a very small scope. So join with me, Twitch chat, as we put all the pressure on Pabwo's sniper. Even though this is recorded, there is no pressure. But, you know, like, maybe we could send it cosmically. Oh no. They aren't walking into my crosshair. This isn't fair at all. He's thinking that somebody has to come and address this Demoman sitting at the bottom here. They throw in their roaming soldier, Loof. And they pop off the Uber. They Ubered sniper for all half a second. This is the disadvantage, I suppose, of rocking that sniper. One less scout on the board, one less defending body for poor GlobalClan. And instead of, I guess, playing off the sniper, they got a bit greedy. It's that spent of one soldier, and then that calculation of Witness Gaming realizing there was technically a scout and a soldier down. They can just make the push. Fortunately, Dank did not go down, so there is a bit of an Uber charge advantage to work here. They have to obviously get building it. There we go. Shamu's on the case. You know, we're dilly-dallying ever so slightly, but it's fine. TF2 is a macro game, not quite the micro game. Nobody's going to lose rounds, I think, off not building straight away. Meanwhile, I think Skis and company don't really want to build, they just want to get everybody buffed up. They're more than content with. So they use the Uber pretty early. They don't find any kills with it though. Very difficult Uber to actually get on top of anybody, I would say, on Metalworks. It's just such a compartmentalized map with all its shutter doors and little rooms and alleyways. But the positive thing to be said about Ubering into second is you put that pressure on them at last, even with them to have an Uber charge now, because if you could set up for a back cap play. Witness Gaming are obviously keeping that in the mind. That's why they have three people dedicated to sitting back and dealing with back caps. So it does make you wonder if they could come back into the fight over on GlobalClan. Skis is stood still and does take a beef load of damage, but nobody's really addressing the rest of them. And the scouts are just kind of walking in, whilst 2/3 of poor Witness Gaming are not really in the fight. But if they're brave here, they could probably realize they've got two of the most overpowered classes in the game and just start, you know, charioting it in. But they decide against it over on GlobalClan. They want to instead build the Uber, play it safe, go back in with the second point. That's another aspect as well, is obviously when they Uber it into from last, which is a hard thing to push as well, pushing from last to second. It is, obviously, you have to spend that Uber. You could just back out and just do all this seesaw all over again. And obviously you have the bonus of getting a back cap or something in all that shenanigans. And a lot of the maps are designed in a way that it's very easy to take the second, I would say, from players. They throw into Bulldog, non-committal though, just something to initially get spammed up. Now, it did get Loaf inside the room, and oh, the combination was free, as it seems if you throw 3 players at that medic in that little bunker room, it will find a kill. And now they get an Uber, free Uber for everybody. They're multiing everyone. They don't care how long it lasts. They just want to get their absolute 3 points on the scoreboard. Sadly though, Witness Gaming doing what they do best, and that's drawing chaos on these flanks whilst the Uber is coming in now, and they just come back in from those said flanks when things are all said and done. Dank left in no man's land on his own. They were a bit confused. A lot of chaos must have been ringing out from Witness Gaming. I think in the flurry and the rush of trying to get something done with this Uber, GlobalClan just kind of lose sight of their flanks a little bit. Everyone just gets a bit clustered. Maybe these flanks go in a bit quiet, perhaps. You know, you don't want to disrupt the nice players during their Uber charge. They're having the time of their life. Who cares if you've got 2 soldiers on your ass on the flank? Sinkarma getting a trap kill somewhere. I missed it. So of course he is going to miss it as well. 70% Uber charge advantage for them. They could probably push them out, use on the dot here over on Witness Gaming. They should be aware of it. And because of that, again, all the flurry advantages that I was talking about before. Looking to push sticky early, double sticky. Not really jumping on top of anyone, however, but no, not overextending. Although there's no pressure coming out from the rotation, though. They need to realize that they're not really going to re-attack the same door that they backed out of. But maybe this might still go Witness Gaming's way. Brand Slam is kind of left in the fight, however, and yeah, nobody's really addressing him. Seems like not real much teamwork happening on either side. Skirmish TF2. Or Skirmish Fortress 2. Brand Slam again. Solo YOLO Warrior actually has a quick pop in from Ash. They actually both back out. Okay, no, never mind. Pabwo is on the case. Ash is probably going to go down here. Laz wants to kind of reconnect. Maybe. Oh, someone's standing still for the crossbow, but gets a damaging rocket. Story of my life. Okay, we're fine. Whew. Okay, Sinkarma setting up more traps. I need to pay attention to these traps. These traps have actually been catching people. 88% on skis. They should be aware of this Uber again. But like a good NA Uber, you could just back out people ready. They pop off the Uber. They get out immediately over on GlobalClan. They find 2 picks, however. I don't think Loaf should have died. But, well, Loaf died much earlier. But Bulldog, like one of those players, should have not died. And very nice Uber coming out from GlobalClan, though. Kind of catching them out. Didn't expect them to Uber from onto them on the alleyway. Usually a lot of players just going through into the pipe room and just taking the shortest route with Uber, so that probably caught Witness Gaming out. This is the bad end of all of Witness Gaming's sort of shenanigans on their plan Bs. What happens if when plan A goes wrong and they go for their plan Bs and that goes wrong? It makes it so they don't even have a plan A for the next bit. So they're going to be heavily punished. they not only have an Uber charge and for GlobalClan waiting in the wings soon, they also have to go up second. The hope in their hearts that they have is they actually do have some time to build some defenses, so a level 3 sentry gun, actually rocking a pyro. Early pop in, didn't worried about the sniper. The sentry gun, annoying but not quite devastating. A lot of good damage. Scouts come out fully buffed, fully healed, dealing with all these players now that have no ammunition. Love comes in a little late, gonna get punished for it. Sin Karma backing out with his medic, so at least they can feel less of the sting. I mean, the only thing I could probably criticize or poke at the GlobalClan is maybe a bit more point pressure, but I'd have to review the tape. Maybe somebody was just really on top of it for Witness Gaming for blocking that. We're going to set up some initial spam to allow Bulldog to do a nice high bomb onto skis. Well done to pop it as well, because those can be very drop makers. And they have an Uber charge maybe ready, but not in time for them to for capping mid. They are going back and forth about it, though. I think it doesn't help that Witness Gaming obviously are going for these sort of plan B back cap attempts as well. Laz has had a quick scatterbrain look around and he's realised, oh dear, I am only one single piece of this back cap puzzle, and kind of good fundamentals, honestly, on GlobalClan to not just chase around that one soldier that isn't going to do anything behind. He actually had to come back to them. It's, you know, why go out to the restaurant when you can get takeaway? So 100% overcharge. They aren't going to spend it because they have to waste time capping second. Oh, are we? Are we capping second? We are not capping second. Oh, okay. Let me calculate my brain. I guess they are betting like Witness Gaming come out to play. We're not really capping. Tee-hee. Oh no, I don't know the tech. I'm actually oblivious to know why you would not want to cap this. Is it respawn times? I don't know. We'll need to open up the source files. Open that leak of TF2 Valve. See if that banana picture's behind this. Alright. Full gun. The kind of cushy defense you get when a dispenser comes up, that's when you know you're in it for the long haul. All 4 fat minutes. You guys bought a packed lunch. Now, Pablo gets the pick on the flank. So this unlocks maybe someone else to get aggressive over on GlobalClan, which comes in the form of Loaf sniping the sentry gun. So now these bombs should be more effective, allowing Loaf to jump in. And oh, the combination of the sniper and the bomb, they pop in as well. They even get the snipe onto Artist. No stickies available into this. That means they can just focus frags. It's just Ash alive. He even gets sniped as well. This was a dismantling. Honestly, this was a wonderful piece of TF2. You could just really see all the cogs and all the sort of problems being broken down into their raw parts there by GlobalClan, and then playing off each other and what they win because of they took out the previous part. Wonderful. Wonderful to watch, honestly. This is going to be a good set of teams to watch at LAN. This is nice. This is a good game. I'm not pulling my hair out. The Ubers have been okay. Still a lot of mid pops, but what can you do? Alright, I'm zooming out. I'm zooming way out because I lose track of these soldiers. Let's see where the hell are they finding. Everyone's playing quite steady and cool so far. Bulldog and Loaf playing off their aggression quite nicely, as they will not bomb one another in isolation. The only problem is it takes up a lot of time and attention, and Witness Gaming seem to be better on the skirmishing side of things. It seems whenever there's a nice coordinated event from GlobalClan, you know, the high five is, you know, just giving them 5 slaps across the point and killing some poor scout that doesn't know what to do with himself. Fortunately, though, in all these sorts of little bouts and fights and ways that they do it, GlobalClan does keep Dank alive, and that has been the lifeline for them, honestly, I think. Allowing this Uber charge to allow them to get back into the game, and again, because they have this option, but they don't feel confident, they're just going to play it safe. 100% Uber charge at last is still a pretty strong defense, and just going for a round reset. They might avoid this maybe if they're not feeling too confident about their mids, but they've been quite give and take. Level 1 sentry gun kind of took a while to build, to be honest, but I guess they're expecting with this game to come in and they just hate these level 1 sentry guns that do not much at all. They throw in Laz right on top of Sin Karma. He's going to be fine though, there's way too much body pressure. With Brand Slam also dropped during all of this, Loaf is behind. They must be aware of this fact. I don't think they are actually aware. Okay, no, they've got Ash looking behind every now and then. He's jumping onto Skis. Skis hides in the corner, goes to his happy place, then pops away from his happy place. I don't know what the... I guess they were going to go aggressive over on GlobalClan. They had a couple of stragglers behind, however. And now with 2 people down, this is maybe the green light to go for GlobalClan offensive. Oh, they drop a scout during this Uber charge. This is not great. And, I mean, maybe this is just one of those situations where you just want to pop the Uber and just kind of stem the bleeding. Again, could have been better, could have been worse. They did drop a scout, but I've seen medics where they just drop everyone one by one because they really do not want to spend that Uber charge. So it's gone to Witness Gaming's plan. They can now start building their Uber advantage. They have it now. They should be going pretty quickly. Sentry gun taking a long time to build again. Level 1 only, so they don't even have to address it too much. A soldier actually addresses it, and where is all that other ammo being spent? They're in the spawn door. They're in the faces of GlobalClan. Can you imagine how much more demanding and how much more ammo has to be spent if that sentry gun is up straight away? But it's just not a priority on GlobalClan. It seems like really different in EU. In EU, I feel like I've seen people brazenly put a sentry gun up, even when like really is no time. But they're just like, it will fix all of our problems if we just get this to level 2. Laz, nice early Love tap, trying to get to the health pack, can't quite find it. Loaf will get the equalizing sort of suicide kill onto him. And with both of the soldiers for both teams out of the equation, but the spread of Witness Gaming is so much better supported with the health. It looked like Sin Karma was kind of disconnected from Dank for a second there. Obviously their position on that part of the map is not fantastic either. Feels like there's just a lot more natural sort of defense and maneuverability for Witness Gaming from going up the ramp compared to going away from the lobby. And not everyone wants to go through that door, that's why there's that initial split up going into the bottom. Okay, what are we cooking here? Laz is cooking, he's right on top of Dank. Thought he had an opportunity with that medic outside of the bunker. But that is a resource spent for not much at all, so let's see what the counter is from GlobalClan. Loaf kind of peeking a choke on his own. I don't know honestly what he expected. Maybe he just thought, me tanky class, me can't die. You can die. Okay. Groundhog Day, anybody? Yep. This time it's Ash, though. Bran is just in, and Sin is being wonderfully healed, but not enough, as the Scout is just burying all of himself into that poor demo man, and the only fortunate thing is they've kind of Witness Gaming this time. Flank was kind of doing work against the rest of the stragglers sent behind. Everyone had a bit of tunnel vision there. And in the attempt and desperation of Witness Gaming to keep themselves alive and from this chase, they popped two, but they ran all that way just to die anyway. This is worse than nothing. They could have used the kill bind, it would have been more greatly celebrated. Ash, caught out in his little playmaker. They've got one play left, that's Brand Slam. You could probably hear the bubble of a medic there, but came out too late. I think when a medic's going to come in the area like that, he is not going to be staying for long, usually. So just the timing missed on that. Sentry gun built, just to stop these initial people hanging about the spawn door. They rotate off the sentry gun now, and the soldiers just getting in. It's just time to get in, get fight, lay down the groundwork for my team to start doing damage. And my god, did they do damage. Witness Gaming are on the prowl. They're stopping to cap, though. No. You need to look at your bracelets, NA people. What would Clockwork do? Clockwork would not cap. Clockwork would go around the corner. He would count the rockets and he would kill the soldier. We're going back in. What would Clockwork do, my brethren? Okay, he's capping point, I guess. Okay, I mean, we've got an Uber charge. We can leave one scout now. They feel a bit more solidified in their sort of aggressive burst. Now they have that safety net. Skis has to pop early because they are never assessing the room. The scout will just walk in, get the force. But I guess it's that kind of tunnel visioning Uber where they're like, we could find somebody if we just catch up to them enough. Maybe if this was older TF2, but you've got scout taxis now. Everybody can just like run. Everybody gets to run at scout speed. Uber popped out from GlobalClan after so much people being thrown at them in this lobby area. They even hold on second as well, but it's kind of awkward because now you've got a Witness Gaming that love a back cap, a love a shenanigan on the flank, and they've got 90% of this Uber capped on second. So they're going to stick... I don't know what Loaf was trying to do there. I feel like I'm saying your name wrong, sir, but please forgive me. That E is putting all sorts of doubts in my mind. So they don't have an Uber. They're scared that Witness Gaming will have their Uber sooner. I mean, not super well built, but I mean, it doesn't matter. Accomplishments are accomplishments, threats are threats. Witness Gaming, see if they can get him for free. Sentry gun built nice and early, so it should have impact. They're even building it up or keeping it defended. With Shamu going down, it's annoying, but not the worst in the world. Sinkama holding the door. Doesn't matter if anybody jumps out as long as he keeps that door held. Poor dog. 2 HP warrior. And they push them back out. Playing it simple, everyone Witness Gaming. Lose some players, just back out a second. Much easier to hold. The answer for Witness Gaming's struggle against this last point is a high 5 sniper. That means I have to zoom in. Where are you? Okay, I found Shamu, that'll do. Alright. So, high 5, first shot of the game, and he's given away his position. So they're going to obviously set up against the snipers. Your first shot is usually very precious. The fact that you kind of spent it that early for not too much at all. And now this kind of gives credence to Shamu to kind of play off sniper a bit more. I don't think it's class limit 1 sniper in NA, but I might be wrong. But this does, you know, if I'm a sniper and the other sniper's dead, I'm probably going to feel like I'm a lot more safe to play my sniper. But yeah, this is good. High potential for any sort of pick play. Got 2 minutes left on the clock. Artist gets a trap onto just a teleporter. Okay. I'm going to zoom out now. Nothing's happening. Laz is going to get picked off here. And the sticky trap as well onto Ash, who was kind of following up on that flank. Artist jumps in. I think this is just one of those... Oh, okay, I was going to say one of those 4-man sacks, but they lost 2 pushing out. To like, was that 1 scout as well? My god, what do they feed these scouts? Okay, we've popped Uber in lobby. This is a very awkward Uber. We're actually racing back to the last at the same time. No, we're racing back out to last at the same time. Okay, we're both resetting back onto last. There's just 2 scouts though, and I mean, fortunately the respawners have come back for GlobalClan, but everybody's piling up onto the same pixel. And fortunately, Laz can't quite hit this elusive scout. Artist is pressured too much by Shamu as well. Damn, that kind of that went right for Witness Gaming for the right reasons, and then wrong. Went right for GlobalClan for the wrong reasons. Very lucky there. So they're gonna, with that luck, push that onto second. Even Ubers for both these teams because we had that awkward shuffle in lobby earlier. Building Uber pretty quickly. What usually the team with the better respawn is kind of called upon to do something. This is Witness Gaming. Ash is surveying the area. Just seeing what he could fish out, distract, so he brings Laz in. Nice! Oh, Dank does go down despite doing a corkscrew, a loop-de-loop, and a barrel roll does still go down to the soldier of Laz. Very well played by Ash and Laz, kind of teaming up there. Obviously... Shamu, excuse me, getting the kill into skis. Don't mind if I do. Shamu, he's coming back in, he's feeling confident. He's the boogeyman, he's the slayer of the night. But the boogeyman can't catch up. The boogeyman is trying to catch up. His team is dying around him. They're getting cap pressure. He's come back to his team in time. Put pressure onto Artist, who's going to go down. Allows the rest of GlobalClan to come out of their little hiding holes. High Five is going to go down. Laz is going to start capping the point at ×1. It's doing a lot more work than it should do. And if they do a quick name check, they should realize that everybody is out of there. Those are just respawners from Witness Gaming. Sin has got this on the lockdown. They need to get heals onto second though stat. Witness Gaming might, in theory, should have advantage, but I think they might get lost in all the chaos, to be honest. Alright, so what was the problem with that last sort of hold on second point? And it was just a case of like Dank was going too far from the safety bunker, and look where he is now. He's in the safety bunker. That does mean he needs to bring his patience more towards him, and you can see his team is accommodating, but I think that was just an expert play. Ash was just kind of tiptoeing around, kind of begging people to kind of come towards him, you know, chip him out, and then kind of bring this medic out more and more. Kind of similar to what you're seeing now, but maybe it's this time. It's like, don't worry guys, I found the right click button. It's over here. Stickies being set up a point. Laz jumping from kind of positional play rather than this. I like it. Just setting up, separating the attack. Although it doesn't have long until it loses its potency. You have about like 4 seconds before they're going to address it over on GlobalClan. Damn, we are just lemoning in from all sides. The problem is this lower door kind of sets up for an automatic like pincer really for GlobalClan. The only thing that could have made things work there was some sort of Witness Gaming magic on the flanks, maybe from lobby, but they didn't find that this time. This is 2-2, by the way. This is like and we're obviously in that sort of wacky NA rules at this point where next one wins. Guys, my mum has called me home. We have to finish this football game. Last goal wins. So, things are intense. At this point, people are not taking as many risks as before. I think before, and what you kind of see the influence of this NA rule set, or I should say, global rule set, because I think Australians have adopted it now, but is that you have a bit more mistakes to afford in the first half of the game, where you're just kind of setting up how difficult your comeback needs to be, and then this is now that, okay guys, seriously now, we need to run your heavies on second point and all these crazy turtle strats and just not super risk. But you do have the round resets still in function, so they can happen infinitely. So if you just spend too much time stalemating about, too defensive, it will get punished in the way. You will be sent back to mid, and I don't think either team wants this. Loaf jumping in. Skis is completely surprised, but not quite scared. Pablo goes down. Sin goes down. I don't know what the initial positions of their soldier going down is, but they are way overextended. I could forgive 1, 2, maybe 3 if the cosmic radiation from all the planets align and hit me, but 4 people being overextended, not ready to back out from some aggression, you GlobalClan, you're silly. They are holding on to second. I wish I had this much optimism in my life as like Dank goes down to the flanking scout. Okay. I don't know what medicine you guys are being prescribed, but I want it. I need it. Some high-level copium. Oh yeah, okay. Alright, well, Witness Gaming have literally been giving this round on a silver platter. Brand Slam is literally shooting the only thing he can shoot, which is the stickies and scout on point. Credit to GlobalClan, though. They've come out like a bat out of hell, out of all the wings. And do a good defense and attack. The only difference making there is maybe an extra player or an extra soul onto the point if they really can't find anybody. Maybe also missing some crucial classes in all that attacking. Rushing. Well, back the other way we go. And the beauty I think I've noticed, or it's growing on me about this little timer rule set, is we're in Casino Town. It feels like I don't know what time it is. I don't know how, has it been 2 hours? Has it been 10 minutes? I don't know. To these players, it feels like an eternity. And sometimes it can feel like that. And that's when you start saying, get me out of this game. Send me to Europe, where we have families and lives and we can go back and away from this game after 30 minutes. Pros and cons there. Okay, you can cut the tension with a knife. Clearly everyone is super sheepish. Ash was just poking things around in there. I don't think they were even like setting up for something on away from Ali. It's all on the Brand Slam. I like the fact that they aren't doing too much though. Just, you know, trust your sniper, use him, you know, don't go for 50 things at once. At least not without earning it. GlobalClan trying to get proactive, because proactive things are pretty hard to react to when you've got a sniper. Soldier going down and a scout. That's the second point. Giving up. Yeah. GlobalClan already backing now. Alright. Point of view. I'm looking at Shamu. I'm looking at this last point. I'm looking at no sentry gun. I'm looking back at Shamu. I'm looking at no sentry gun. Back to Shamu. Okay. Please, my sir. I'm looking back at Shamu. I'm going to keep saying it. Pablo buying more time for his scout buddy. Where Brand Slam's still rocking the sniper as well. Am I the only one that likes Engineer this much? The GlobalClan going proactive, 3 minutes. Snipe onto the roaming soldier is going to call it for this last push out. Oh my, that is another player going down. So, and Ash is in. There's no sentry gun. He just gets forced. Who could have seen this coming? Okay, I'll stop it now. Alright. Skis has got an Uber. But they have been... I feel like I'm more trusted in GlobalClan when they were down an Uber, to be honest, than when they're up an Uber in these last defenses. The last defenses have been fantastic and quite clutch from GlobalClan. So, honestly, a huge clapper. Oh my god, Pablo is the dedicated engineer player. This is why. Shamu is on contract. Slime will GlobalClan. I shall never play engineer. He's going for the pyro reflect strat, kind of committing your pyro to death. I say committing your pyro to death, he doesn't go down, but it buys a lot of time and wasted Uber, but it does cost you a player and it does feel quite costly. So whether or not the other four players can pick up the slack. Usually it's not, however, and this is the expected result. It's all or nothing with those pyro defenses, and yeah, GGs have been called. The game is over. We are not going to be here for 2 more hours of casino time. Well, there you go. That was our Week 5A game of GlobalClan versus Witness Gaming. That was a pretty good game. Honestly, a lot of things to kind of bite in and just chew into. I feel like a little bit head teacher, however, kind of coming around like, Shamu, where is your pencil case? Where is your bag? Where is your sentry gun? But, apart from that, I mean, there's overall, there's a lot of things to celebrate here. A lot of things to criticize for both teams. But Witness Gaming just looked like a little bit tighter. To be honest, I think Witness Gaming were more a victim of their aspiration for these Plan Bs on the flanks. And the Ubers, and maybe just the kind of dipping in greed, a little untidy on these last points. But I think that was more GlobalClan just putting a really solid last defense. All right, I will have a look at these logs and then we will tidy up. Where are the logs? Ah, okay, yes, I found them. Oh, you found them. All right. Okay, I'm going to sort things by damage because I'm brainless. All right, Witness Gaming. Zug Zug, oh yes, they've got different nicknames there, haven't they? Top damage build, pretty good for a scout player, honestly. Like just getting top damage as scout. While it is an OP class, it also needs a certain, dynamic in the game to be happening. So credit where credit is due to these Ubers coming in from Witness Gaming. And also, I think I was a bigger fan from Witness Gaming and their Ubers, say, going in from second to mid to second. All these were much better on Witness Gaming. Sin Karma showing up a amble damage despite actually it was a kind of even deaths between the two demo men. Felt like Sin's deaths were a bit more bad. I don't know, maybe I'm being cruel, or maybe just cruel to the team that lost, but Artist felt more like just had to deal with this pesky player that was just kind of in his face, whilst Sin was like either just going down, getting greedy. Is there anybody else I can pick on? I know. I'm actually not gonna pick on anybody. I'm gonna give some celebration. Dank had a wonderful game. I felt Dank was by far the better medic in this. Sorry, skis, but he had a wonderful game. I, positioned overall pretty well. There was just a couple of hiccups on second, but that could have been more to the taste of trusting his team and then trusting like he could just jump away from things. But yeah, prioritizing keeping himself alive, obviously really well played, I think. Or at least maybe on all of GlobalClan, just kind of prioritize their medic like that. It honestly did a lot of work for them, coming back into this game and keeping things solidified. The soldiers, both teams were admirable. Maybe Witness Gaming just looking a bit more on lock in those transfers between point to point rather than mid fights. And then the mid fights felt more like it was just the scout game, high five, and company just sailing away on the skirmish fights a bit. All right, there's a bunch of other stats here. I don't think I'm going to go over medic stats though. All right. Well, so that was our coverage of RGL. This was another edition of EUCAS NA. I do hope you've been enjoying this because we've been enjoying covering it. It's nice to kind of get invested in the American scene a little bit again. It's been a while, and it's nice to see all these different names and faces and maybe some old names as well, and seeing their impact still on the scene. There's a LAN coming up. These two teams are going to be attending. It's pretty wild though that all you guys haven't even played all your games yet. Your LAN is like next week, and you still need to seed the goddamn thing. Play your games. All right, this is Turbo Tab signing off. You can't see Samus, but just pretend she's waving to you from the camera, from the production desk, and I hope you are pretending to clap for your production as well, and the nice little show we put on. All right, we'll see you guys next time.